Good morning, my friends. I'm out here in the backyard with my very trusty assistant and slave for the day, Rick, and he is building a Hugelkultur. We don't know exactly what we're doing, but we're doing our best. I went to the pool myself, so I just got back, and he's looks like he's digging a fresh grave. Hi, Rick. And so we have branches that came from the crepe myrtle, and we had borrowed Brian's chipper shredder, leaf shredder, and this was what is left that we couldn't get through his machine, and so we decided to save them, and they've been rotting actually since probably about 6 months. And so that's what we're going to use down there first. Hang on just a sec. Okay, now Rick has started to fill it in, and he's filling it in with the biggest, I don't want to fall in there, but he's filling it in with the largest of the branches. I don't know if you can see that. Whoops. And just 6 months of this sitting out, the wood is already starting to rot. Some of it is moringa, some of the bigger branches. So, and now next he's going to layer it with some dirt, some of the soil. He's got it on a shower curtain that was a heavy plastic, so put some of that down, and then some of the leaves maybe. We had some branches that we trimmed, or Rick trimmed, and he cut them up. Kind of layer that in there. Tamp it down. And now he's going to, go ahead Rick, you can, don't let me stop you. Fill that in. And that's what a Hugelkultur is. I mean, it's a pretty simple construction where you're digging a hole and you've got nothing but I'll just back off so I'm not in your way, and you're adding all that branches and things that have either rotted down over time, and it's going to look like a fresh grave in the yard. Yeah. But that's okay. Rick said when he was digging it up, he found quite a few worms that he's then added back to my junior and senior. This is my yardfully geoben that you've seen several times, and I was just remarking to Rick that this first side is the side that I did the experiment for super soil, and then the other side was my compost that I didn't have super soil in, and the difference. And this side, it's amazing how I think because the super soil is done and it's done its work, and this needs to be spread, there's far less worms in it. The organic matter and things just kind of dissipates. You need to keep refreshing it. But on this side, this is a tricolored spinach. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go around, and all these beautiful zinnias that, because I've got all this gorgeous organic matter in here, then my pentas and zinnias are coming up. But just look at this spinach. This is just all volunteers that were in this compost, and it's growing so much nicer than the stuff that's in the front that's a volunteer. Just amazing that the difference between using soil that's organically fertilized and stuff that's chemically fertilized. You get a much slower release on it, and it just seems like it's hardier. The other thing that is just amazing is this is Brazilian spinach that my friend Nick brought over a little 3-inch piece a couple years ago, and I put it in the ground, and it has grown and grown. I have to go in and cut it back occasionally, and I use it as worm food or putting it in my compost. But what you know, it's amazing when you're doing things organically. But anyway, back to the Hugelkultur. You're just you're just digging your hole and then taking your branches and any logs, anything, and putting those down in the base. It's awfully warm here. We're going to supposed to get to 95 today, so I'm glad to see Rick taking a moment and getting himself just not quite as overheated. But I'm going to cut this off just to tell you that you can build it that way. He'll go ahead and put all that soil back on it, and it will be a hump. And then I can use that to plant things that will send the roots down. And at the same time, those logs, every time it rains, they will fill up with water. They'll absorb that water, and then they'll give it back slowly because they're no longer on the surface. To have the heat pull it out, they will release their moisture very slowly. So with that, I will say I hope everybody has a wonderful day. This is the beginning of May for us, but here in Central Florida, we've got tomatoes ready to pick. And there's more spinach back behind there that has also started out with just one piece. And I think you can see, it looks like Queen Anne's lace back there. I think if it is, it's a wild version of it. I don't know if you can tell these are the Everglades tomatoes. And I hooked them up to the fence here, and if I could show you, I don't know if I can, I don't want to drop my camera, but I will show you that it's growing down the side of the fence, of the wall rather, excuse me. So anyway, another look at our yard. And look at that plumeria. Oh my goodness, look at them. Aren't they something? Let me see if I can get up there. Can I get up there? No, I guess I can't. But there's probably a couple hundred blooms up there. I wish I knew somebody to make a lei for. Those were the days. Anyway, you can see they're all dropping their blooms. Such pretty, pretty, pretty flowers. It's nice to be able to come out here and see them and appreciate them. The peace lilies are blooming everywhere. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And so, my friends, I will say thanks for coming by. Say goodbye to Rick. Take care, Rick. Thank you.